Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It is September 17th, 2021. I'm Gene.
And I'm Zane.
And you're hanging with Uncle.
How's it going, man?
Man, it's good. It's been a really good week, just very chill.
Honestly, I'm going to be real. It has been a really good week. It went by really fast. There are a lot of big up-and-coming things for work, too, so I'm kind of excited. Yeah,
nice.
It's been a good week.
Well, we have a lot to kind of cover today, so
absolutely.
First things first,
yep.
we are smoking some green poison, clocked in at over 27% total THC, and
it's a really good one. Passing the light.
It does. To me, I get kind of like a citrusy, maybe kind of a lime kind of vibe.
It's already got me holding the lighter, man. That thing's rolling. You can probably pull that without the lighter. Hey, oh, that's pretty. There you go. Anyways, yeah, green poison is an OG of ours. We go to it a lot, honestly. Yeah. And this is the highest content I think we've had of it before.
It really
27,
is.
27, you said?
27,
that's pretty up there, too.
Yeah, it is. So I'm going to dive right into it. We're going to do, this is the last week we're going to have the opportunity to do our public service announcement. Remind everybody that you have about another week left to sign the petitions here in Arizona, the ballot initiatives to stop Arizona from instituting a flat tax, which would hurt the lower income earners of this state, and that's SB 1828. Forget the tax cap. They want to instill a tax cap, which allows rich people to only pay tax on a certain percentage of their income instead of all of it, like the rest of us do.
Right.
And that is SB 1827. Mm-hmm. And the last one, they're trying to take money out of our public education.
Which is already a no-go.
Yeah, they don't, they're not taking enough. That's SB 1783.
Yep. And again, the hashtag is Invest in Arizona Now if you want to check it on socials. And for the website, it's investarizonanow.com or arizonaea.org/investinaz.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, I got you. I got you. All right, so we're going to get started with, it's honestly a really sad thing to talk about, but I think it's honestly an interesting story. I have kind of a forensics background. I wanted to go into forensics. I went to school for it for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a mystery story, the Gabby Petito story. Have you heard that?
I've been following it, yeah. It's very intriguing. I will say, just from what I know and my investigative background, this is one time I would not apply the one-size-fits-all investigative tactic.
Oh, absolutely. So to get a little bit of a briefing, this couple, they wanted to go on a cross-country retreat in a van together.
They're engaged.
Yeah, they were engaged. They were gone for, I don't know how long the period. I forgot the number. I want to say 10 weeks, but they were gone on a good amount of time. They were in Utah when they were last seen leaving the hotel, video footage and all. And she ended up going missing. She was reported missing 10 days after husband came back without her, which is kind of weird for me. Or fiance, sorry, not husband. The investigation is going on. The van was confiscated for evidence. Mm-hmm. This investigation is cross-country. We're looking for evidence all over the place.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I'm thinking social media can be a really big, powerful tool in this one. So, I think that's why I wanted to bring it up as well. For anybody who is not attached to this story or doesn't know anything about this story, please look into it. You never know, a random photo, a random video could catch anything. The van going by, them walking by, whichever. So please look into this. And if you know anything, please contact the local investigators at where you are. But yeah, it's a really weird, sketchy story.
It really is. And not only that, I also heard today they found 2 more dead bodies, a double homicide that may be connected to this in some kind of way because the bodies were found near where they were last seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's crazy. Yeah, no, I don't know I haven't heard that part, but the more that I hear about the investigation, they were pulled over for a domestic dispute.
They were called to the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also they were pulled over, I guess. I don't know how they were pulled over, but when in the process of them being pulled over, she was informing her fiance that the sirens were on behind him and ended up hitting him.
Yeah.
Which caused him to swerve. She even admitted it during the whole pullover. The whole pullover video is there for the public to see. But she was very distraught, but she wasn't the one with the injuries.
Right.
He was.
Correct.
So interesting to me. Very
I can think of a lot of very plausible scenarios, but they would just be speculation.
Same, because we don't know it doesn't really report if those injuries were fresh, one. Yeah. And if you also bring that story that you just brought up into the mix, what if they did something, she was cracking, and he ended up taking care of her? Who knows?
I will say this. If I was fiance and something nefarious was going on, and I know I'm not the one that caused it, and I'm going home by myself,
which is very sketchy.
I'm calling somebody to let them know, so it's not just my story and nobody else has heard it.
Not even till I get home, though. Like, immediately. Where's my wife? What the fuck? Where is she? Yeah. Where's my wife?
Like, so I can tell you right now, he has a very good attorney who is telling him not to say anything because I've worked with cops, man, and it's like they said in the movie The Usual Suspect. If you think your brother did it, you're going to find out you're right. Yeah. It doesn't matter how you go about doing it. You're just going to find out you're right because that's what you want to believe.
Exactly. Yeah, so I don't know. The information's scarce because they're still investigating, but
they are.
It has a Gone Girl vibe to it for me.
Again, all I can say is the jury really is out. I am holding no judgment on this, but I agree with you. If anyone does have information, please contact your local authority. This is crossing multiple state lines, and if they've already found 2 dead bodies, I hope there's no more, but...
Well, again, I hope that's not a relation to it. But you say if it's close to the location, then shit. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy to me. Yeah, this is where the power of social media can come in, So I also want to bring up one more thing, I guess, since we're still on the topic of police. Let's kind of knock this police one out of the park real quick. All right. With a little silly... lighter subject conversation, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. Silly or light. This is like
fuck up.
This story it solidifies my opinion of why there must be a journalist embedded in every law enforcement agency around the country.
So FOP put out a post,
and that's the Fraternal Order of Police.
Yes, put out a post of a little small black child being held by a cop, where it says, this child was found barefoot in the city of Philly during the riots of BLM. We are a thin blue barrier between anarchy and our city. We're here to protect and serve and blah, blah, blah. Fuzzy feelings. And then it's kind of like, oh, it's not so fuzzy after when the aunt comes out and says...
The curtain has been blown back.
Yeah. The aunt who had the child... in the area at the time reported that he was taken from her. Story shows that she went to go pick up her nephew because he was at daycare or something to go pick him up because he was in the area of the riots. Not a good place to have a child around.
The protests.
The protests, whichever case it may be. Some are riots because they did break things or whatever, and the riots are
are what happened after Rodney King. Well, O.J. Simpson,
an expression of people who are suppressed who don't have anything else to say anymore. Right? That kind of fits the description.
I would say it was more of a protest. It didn't fit the description of a riot. It fit the description of some idiots, making it sound worse for everybody else.
Wordplay, whatever the case may be, how the news uses it or too. But it was during those times, and it's honestly, even during that, you don't want to have a child around those situations, period. Because there's cops involved, there's people involved, whichever the case may be, right? So they go to pick up kid. Aunt is leaving with nephew, and cops told her to leave, get out of here. And I'm leaving. I'm going. She had to stop a few times because protesters were going by, and at one time she stopped. Cops ended up just blowing out her windows with batons, taking kid, and then taking her into custody.
And then using the kid for a photo op.
Yep, you got it. Later on, they take the child and use it as a photo. But that's on the FOP, though, who used it as a photo. They took it down, of course. But after the aunt came forward, the city of Philly is in the middle of doing a settlement with her for $2 million.
Yeah. And there's the power of social media. There's where everybody's cameras and stuff going on.
So, like, I'm going to be honest. Now, we're going to talk about the post real quick. So, we were trying to send a message with that post. You're trying to say that the parent here at the protest would much rather protest than protect their child. So, we're holding on to this child and making sure it's safe because we're the blue. Fuck that. Fuck you.
You remember a few episodes ago we talked about, I had my 2-year-old granddaughter with me, and we went down to a peaceful protest in front of Senator McCain's office while he was still alive. And it was people just standing out there holding signs, talking like we're talking now, telling jokes. We're just there just to let them know, hey, we pay attention to what you're doing. You're not doing what we like. This is not in our best interest. That was all. It was very, very peaceful.
Which is how you protest.
That's right. And like I said, so...
I mean, it got to a point where police were involved in busting windows. So I'm sure it wasn't a protest. That's what I'm saying.
Again, I don't know.
If police are blowing out windows, that's definitely not a protest.
We need to have more facts before we start defining stuff like that. But
well, I mean,
again, who were the cops? Were they white cops? Were they black cops?
That really doesn't matter because they're being fired.
It really does matter.
They're being fired for their actions.
If it's a white cop standing there, saying, "Look what I'm doing to protect the thin blue line," versus
in the picture it was a white cop.
Well, there you go.
It was a white female cop.
So there you go. Of course, they're going to spell it as.
I thought you were talking about the police that were in the action of taking the child.
Of course, they're going to spin it as a riot. That's what they do.
But yeah, that's any shape or form. Cops are being fired. There's a $2 million settlement involved. Yes. So I'm sure the facts are facts there that someone done fucked up.
Yeah.
And twice.
Force was definitely used that was unjustified, and lies were being told when Ant was arrested.
And I always say, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Before you post a picture, find the context of it. Just a little side note from me. A little tip from me. If you're going to post a picture, make sure you understand the context of who's in it and why they're in it.
And that, I'll tell you, a very important lesson I learned first day on the job when I was riding the streets. And that is never believe anything you hear and only half of what you see.
And that's why exactly. You and I, we talk that way all the time. It could be more.
So, law enforcement, again, staying on that path. We're talking about tomorrow, January 18th, that there's a rally or protest set to happen outside the Capitol by the Tangerine Terror supporters who are protesting the arrest of people that were participating in the insurrection on January 6th. They're trying to have a rally to support the people that were guilty of insurrection, of trying to... yeah.
Is this a Facebook social group that's trying to get their friends out of jail?
This is one of Donald Trump's aides when he was in the White House that is organizing this.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
He just needs to go away.
So, they've erected the 7-foot metal fence around the Capitol building, around the Supreme Court. But, that's not what I'm really most concerned about, just me as Gene. I'm concerned about across the rest of the United States in places like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin and Michigan and Arizona and California. Protests where Trump supporters show up at those capitals all across the country and try and do something instead of it just being one centralized location like it was January 6th.
Right. I had a conversation with a staff member of mine today, or a coworker of mine, and he's like, I don't understand how you can consciously believe in that. I'm like, I agree. Like, how do you, out of your human... I say humans and people, right? Humans are humanitarian, caring, loving. People are people, right? To me, how do you go to the people part? How do you get to that mindset? How are you so stuck up your own that you don't care and you try to push a narrative that's harmful, man? For real.
I think history has taught us who those people are. And I'm just speaking historically.
Yeah.
You know, when you have in this country that was based on slavery and genocide of the Native Americans that were here, that's not a Christian belief, by the way.
Oh, man. That's kind of funny. We talked about that, too.
So when you have that kind of belief that people that want to go back to that system that started a civil war over the right to keep slaves.
Right.
That mindset hasn't gone away. This is the same kind of people that are doing that now with the voter suppression laws that they're doing and these rallies.
You and I have said before, there will always be, like, even superheroes say there will always be evil, right? Is this technically evil?
This is definitely what evil looks like.
Okay.
When you have a group of people that
don't care willfully and ignorantly.
They believe in white supremacy.
Fuck.
That is who Donald Trump, that is who the Tangerine Terror has brought out from under the rocks during the past 5 years.
God, fuck, man. It just needs to be done. I'm tired of it. It's exhausting to know mentally there are people out there. Like, I had to even fit into normal social groups, being too white for the blacks and too black for the whites. Yeah. And I spoke about that too, that there are stigmas on both sides. That shit just needs to stop.
Man, we've had this conversation so many times. I have not gone everywhere I have gone in my life, I've always heard the question, what are you?
Right. And it's like, who cares, honestly? Like, I like playing the game. I don't take offense to it. It is an interesting way. People look at me and they want to know. I'm okay with them guessing. I don't take offense to it. That's how you should be. Like, in the world of, don't be so insecure about, like, other races and such and whatnot and differences. But also, like, accept others and differences as well. That's what I want. Like, we can jokingly joke about each other because we know each other, right? You and I know each other for so long. We've sat at these tables and smoked together for so long.
And we're as opposite can be.
You are the 60 age, and I am almost hitting 30.
I mean, we've experienced different things in life.
We believe progressive. We believe in the progressive
That's
mindset.
What the basic thing. That is the common denominator, I believe.
You and I are progressive. Yeah. There are others who are progressive out there who understand that. Be you. Be American. That's the American way. How I portray it is be yourself. Be who you want to be within the moral ranges. Honestly, and I'm not saying the Christian moral ranges. No. I'm saying the humane moral ranges.
That's who we are as a species.
Humans.
We developed fire. We developed the wheel. We have progressed as a society to where we are now.
We are going backwards and stalling right now.
To be progressive.
We are bringing up old bullshit that needs to be not swept under the rug and forgotten. And we did talk about that too, how statues and shit being removed. Like, just fucking forget about it. Water under the bridge. You're told that your whole damn life. Fuck, get over it. And the people who continue to teach this to the young and make it the environment that they grow in and that they develop in, fuck you.
And it's people like Betsy DeVos, who is Trump's education secretary, that refuse to allow the truth to be taught in our education system.
Leaders need to step up, and I'm not saying nation leaders. I'm saying parents. I'm saying older siblings. I'm saying bosses. I'm like, fuck, corporations, because they're people too, apparently. Step up and represent the humane way, right?
Right, exactly.
So, I don't know, man.
Anyway.
Fuck. Sorry about my rant. But that's just, fuck.
You're good, man. You're good.
Damn. Booster vote was today.
It was, and it was interesting. Yeah. I'm glad we're bringing that up. Because the FDA decided that it was not necessary just as a general rule to get a booster shot. They did say that if you are over the age of 60 and have certain respiratory or circulatory conditions.
Yeah.
I'm not looking in the mirror. Yes, I have asthma.
Yeah, I mean, I might fit the category because I have asthma too, though. Like, I might have to actually get a booster shot, which I'm not afraid to, but it's got to be FDA approved.
So, but here's the thing. And here's the thinking behind the FDA. It's not so much that a booster shot isn't necessary.
Again, which I agree with.
For those that need it, get it. First of all, talk to your doctor. That is the person who should make the determination of what you should be having, when you should be getting it.
A factual person.
Exactly. Someone that does this for a living.
Yes.
Go
talk to your doctor.
Right. So
yeah, I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that they're thinking that if more people would just get the first shot, there would be no need for a booster shot because then our immune systems would be good. The only reason for even having to think about a booster is because of the unvaccinated that are allowing this virus to mutate.
Right. Yeah, because the shot alone is supposed to help your body develop the immunity for it.
Right.
Which, there you go.
But if it's mutating,
then you can't be immune to mutation.
You have to get boosters for that.
Right. And I'm not opposed to a booster if needed. Like you said, talk to my doctor, whatever, see how it works, and if needed, so be it. But I liked the conversation, and the reason why, excuse me, it was denied today. It was the vote didn't pass.
Right.
But I understand why. And they said, well, like you said, the credentials.
Right.
Which, cool. Those guys are in need of the booster. I get that. You're the vulnerable people. We got to take care of them first. Kind of the same process we've already gone through, right? Take care of the vulnerable first, and then the next. But yeah, if I'm not required to get a booster, then cool.
Right.
There you go.
And there's ample supply.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. So I want to say there's 180 million Americans now that are now fully vaccinated, which sounds wonderful, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's still only 54% of the population.
And about a quarter of that is only in their first phase, right? Or
that's the question. How many of those are under the age of 12 years and ineligible to receive the vaccine?
Right. Not true. Yeah, but
right.
Isn't there one that's getting approved or close to or possibly a possibility? Right. We talked about that last time.
There was so high. There's So I'm a friend of mine who cannot get the vaccine for medical reasons.
Right.
I can't. Novavax. I want to say it was some drug manufacturer that has submitted the vaccine to the FDA for that, and they're waiting for approval, and she can't wait to get the shot. So
okay.
Hang in there. Those people I have sympathy for.
Yes, absolutely. Take care
had
of
lunch
yourself
with her yesterday. Great. Love hanging out with her and her husband. It was wonderful, man.
Well, that's good. That's good, man. I agree with that too. If you're vulnerable and you can't take, I have a friend who doesn't have an immune system.
Yeah.
How are they going to get a shot that helps boost their immune system?
You can't.
You can't. So what are you putting that inside me for?
Right.
There you go. They have to live that way.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right. So anyway, yeah. Talk to your doctor.
Yep. Get out there, talk to your doctor, talk to the facts. We're going to get to that later.
Yeah. So Mark Milley,
yeah,
the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and who also was under the previous administration, it was revealed that he basically threw himself on a landmine to prevent number 45 from launching an unauthorized war or attack or unlawful attack on China. And Milley was in contact with the Chinese counterpart, their chairman Joint Chiefs over there, to say, look, this guy's crazy. We're not going to attack. This is not going to happen. And now Republicans want to throw him under the bus and say he's committed treason for overstepping his authority as chairman of the Joint Chiefs.
What? Whoa.
In my opinion, you have to do what's necessary. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and
we could have been at war with China.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now. And you do that, now you can invoke martial law, and we don't have President Biden. We still have President Tangerine Terror.
Oh, fuck.
That's how close we were for him trying to do whatever it took to stay in office.
That's great. Why are there... What the hell?
So Mark Milley deserves a Congressional Medal of Honor as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, okay. So Medal of Honor goes to Mark Milley. We should start doing a praise, too. That'd be really cool.
Right?
Hey, hit us up on Twitter. Find out. Yeah, let us know. We should do a praise. we should do a praise segment because I think it's time for a dumbass of the week.
I think it is too.
So mine's gonna be a little. Now, we all know don't go to social media for your sources, right?
This is proof why.
Right. We have understood this. So, Nicki Minaj decides to go and ask questions on the internet, which is what she pleads, right? So she drops a tweet talking about a friend of hers. His testicles or something like that, whatever, super swollen, and the marriage is being called off because he got the shot, and blah blah blah. He's not gonna get it because this happened to his friend or his brother, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know the ties, but the tweet's there. She's not gonna take it down because she's prideful about it. Go check it out. But with all the false information within that tweet to begin with, but to the 22 million people who follow her, national news had to talk about your testicles won't swell getting the shot.
Right?
Because this dumbass decided to ask, in her terms, ask the internet about this.
So
instead of going to the sources.
A joke. I want to say it was either Jimmy Kimmel or I can't remember which comedian put this out, but yeah, they it might have even been Stephen Colbert. I can't remember, but the medical journal of my friend's cousin from Trinidad. You know that's your medical source and what you're basing not getting vaccinated on.
My dad always told me common sense, and and when you ask stupid questions, you get stupid answers, right? And if, in her terms,
and
again,
you're made to look stupid,
that she's asking stupid questions, now she's upset because social media has turned on her and is trying to make her look dumb, and the news is trying to make her look dumb. And she's a woman of color, and since a woman of color is in power and asks questions, that everyone's gonna be angry at her and make her feel stupid. And she's trying to make it racist and sexist at the same time. Racist.
She's making herself look dumb.
Stop. But it continued. Apparently the White House reached out to her and said she can be on a phone call with 2 experts, but she took it as, I'm being invited to the White House and I'm going to go dress as Legally Blonde. I mean, that fits the narrative. You're dumb. So I like to go and visit the White House and blah, blah, blah. But she also dropped a tweet that made me very upset. She said that black Democrats need to take their marbles, and put them in her... she didn't specify on whose marbles because of my tweet afterwards. She said take marbles and put them up their butt. But I'm asking Nikki, is it the marbles that fell out of your head that we're putting in her butt? Because it's going to be in a better spot. Like, stop.
Please.
Talk to your doctor, right? Talk
Right.
to your educated people who have the facts, please. And thank you. And don't be stupid. Stupid, we hear that a lot too. Huh?
Exactly. Exactly.
Use your common sense.
So my dumbass of the week, it was hard. It was a toss-up between 2 people, and I'm not going to mention the second one because he's not going to get named or mentioned.
Gotcha.
But Larry Elder is my dumbass of the week.
All right.
And this week, California had a vote to recall the governor, Gavin Newsom, and Larry Elder was the front runner for the Republican side to take Gavin Newsom's job, who was the Democrat.
Okay.
They rejected Larry Elder, but he was, before the votes were even cast, claiming voter fraud, a total Trump wannabe. Talking about women who made sexual allegations against him, how they weren't pretty enough and not his type. Everything that the Tangerine Terror has been saying, right? He's just
trying to pull the same
wannabe, exactly. Yeah. But this guy went one step and above beyond during the campaign, and now that it's over, I'm going to call him out on it.
Okay, here we go.
He said, why are black people calling out for reparations for slavery? Slavery was legal. Plantain owners lost property too. What about reparations for them?
What the fuck?
I swear to God.
They want compensation for their slaves that they don't have anymore?
Right. They can't own slaves anymore, so they want to be compensated for it.
What the fuck?
Who's the takers? Who's too lazy to go out and work in the fields? No, pay me for the slaves that I lost. Larry Elder, you're my dumbass of the week. You're just a dumbass.
No, I have a little asterisk. There was a man that went and protested abortions outside of a high school. Yeah, he got beat up.
Thank you.
He got beat up. Yeah, man. Well, don't forget, man. We preach it. Pay yourself.
That's right. Today's Friday.
Today's Friday. Pay yourself. Man. Follow us on our socials. If you have any questions, got any topics for us to talk about in the future, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
LinkedIn,
Spotify. Make sure you hit the download. I'm Zane.
I'm Gene.
And it's been Hanging with Uncle.
See you next week.
Later.